second episode now of What Remains of Edith Finch, which is just the first episode. We went up to the house, like watch it if you haven't watched it. We went up to the house, we explored the house a bit, we walked through a forest to get to this quite strange looking house from the outside. And now we are opening the book, the 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Yeah, that's
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
That's really cute though. Look at this little painting. That's really cute actually. But considering just how many kids and people have died so young, I don't blame the mom for being sad. Because if you look here at the family tree, Milton 1992 to 2003, Lewis 1988, 2010, like a lot of these people died very, very young. We have Gregory with, like, he didn't even become a year old before he died, and that's like heartbreaking. Gus 1969, 1982, so yeah, it's very, very dark, this
Reading
game.
this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
This is Molly's room that we looked.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole.
Yeah. Mount Rainier National Park.
Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
That's so cute though. That's so cute.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, I understand, because she has only looked through this little peephole that we looked through the last time all her life. I mean, look at this. She's interested in like nature and insects and butterflies and everything. Oh, she has a scorpion and whatever giant bug that is.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
Yeah, it's... God, I'm like heartbroken and amazed at the same time. Let's open this then. Molly Finch. Wait, how do you...
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
I mean, sending a kid to bed without dinner feels kind of cruel though. Like, you have to eat. Yeah, that can't be that...
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
I mean, there's poop right there. Please, Molly, don't eat that. Don't eat that.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
Yeah, but she's hungry. Oh no.
My Halloween candy was all gone.
Yeah, you know, you get this eerie, creepy feeling like something's very bad going... something very bad's going to happen, because you know, like, by the end of this story, she's found dead, which... Yeah, that... I don't like this at all.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Oh, yeah. Christopher is very cute. Hope there is a shadow in the way, or plaything. Right, oh god, that I didn't expect that to happen. But yeah, she's not very old, right? So this makes sense of like
I kept eating and eating.
oh no. Oh, that must be so disgusting. That must be so disgusting to be that hungry that you can eat that.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Isn't this like a plastic? Because this looks very much like plastic. So she just ate plastic. Yeah, this is not going to end well.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Oh,
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest.
Look at the little cute.
I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
Oh god, no. This I don't like this. Like, but this view is very, very stunning though, with the moon. Looks like a full moon out as well. But oh, I shouldn't look down. I shouldn't look down. Just jump.
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Yeah, I'm guessing you're trying to eat the bird. So I'm not too surprised she's scared. I would be too, I think, if a cat was trying
Mom
to
and
eat me.
Dad didn't even look at me.
Oh, there's Mom and Dad. Well, suppose we shall continue our hunt. Wait, where am I supposed to go now? Here. Right, am I supposed to go here? Oh no, I can't climb this. I'm a cat, so it makes sense.
I jumped and I almost got her.
No, I can't jump. Wait. Why am I...
I could tell she was getting really tired.
Am I supposed to
Now
get
I
up?
was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore.
Ooh, I can't look
All I
down.
cared about was eating that mama bird.
That's so kids can be cruel people. She just had to specify. Oh god, I don't like this. I'm scared. She just had to specify it's a mama bird also.
I gobbled her up,
Oh god.
and suddenly I was an owl.
Well, that's
First,
good.
all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
In the grass, so we're supposed to go down then.
Rabbits.
Where? I don't see. There.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Oh,
I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit.
Yeah,
Then I
kids.
flew off to find something bigger.
Kids are not so sweet always. Also, that's like I imagine him looking up through
A mama rabbit.
a mama rabbit. She doesn't seem to be. Yeah, there's something wrong.
She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating.
Yeah, something's wrong with Molly. Like I'm
Suddenly, I was a shark.
wow. A shark on dry land, and now we're teleported to somewhere. I can jump with my shark on land, guys. This isn't. Shark is not supposed to be on land.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Oh, okay, this is quite difficult to steer, actually. Oh, you click to go faster. Alright, I understand.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Where am I supposed to go? I don't understand. Oh, there.
Grabbed on tight. But I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
I'm just like... I'm some sort of octopus or something. Oh god, how am I supposed...
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
This is terrifying. Imagine being on this boat and just like you get eaten by a monster.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
It's such a pretty night too. It just makes it worse. I suppose I'm supposed to go up?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
It's a sea shanty. I don't like that radio. It's very... I need to get out of this.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
That was the captain though. Oh, we're still the monster.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Why are we in an old pipe, Molly? This is concerning. Oh, we can... We in a toilet, alright.
I got closer and closer.
We're in Molly's room now. Oh no. Oh god. So she thinks she was eaten by a monster.
All my stomachs started growling.
She has multiple stomachs, apparently.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Why did I hear a cat? But yeah, that. Oh god.
I can't describe it, but I felt like some part of Molly was still here.
I'm assuming that Molly hallucinated all that if we're going to be realistic, but this whole game is uneasy somehow, and I like it, but I don't like it. But we shall continue. I still hear a cat. I don't need to climb.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
I mean, I don't blame the mother for not believing any of this, because yeah, this is insane.
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Wow. Lurpy. She had a lot of birds. But this is one doesn't have a name.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
That's so sweet, though. And that's very, very sweet. Oh yeah, and she was the one who made all of it. We saw this in Molly's room too. That's very sweet. Yeah, she was probably very old if she was a great grandma. Oxygen tank and everything. Shrine sketches. Built 1937.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Yeah, that I could imagine.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah, she seems to have really loved the stories, maybe a bit too much. But we saw this in the first episode. We saw like a dragon slide. Well, we saw the head. This head we did see actually. Oh no, and they managed to capture footage just when everything collapsed. That's tragic. Norwegian folk tales.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Yeah, Edie though, she seems to love stories and like the fantastical and everything, but her mom seems quite the opposite of that. So yeah, I can imagine she carried a lot of weight and sadness. Oh God, imagine this room being... Look at this, how... Oh, you can see like the whole body down here. Yeah, but look at this, it's so fluffy. Ooh, we have a bathtub.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace.
Yeah, I would love a pink bathroom. Though I love the color pink. I would love a pink bathroom, in all honesty. Oh, we're supposed to go here. There's a secret in this bathroom by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
That's quite fun, actually. Calvin Finch.
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Yeah, this was before my time, but like in olden times you had to hang photos up to dry. I think that's at least what I've been told. Again, I'm too young for this stuff. But yeah, like mitten. Oh, we're in the twins room now. Explore the universe and list. I mean, yeah, there's two big themes to this room. Suppose we go with the military one first then. Okay, we can't go to the military one.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin, and that he never talked about him.
Yeah. I mean, I talked about that last episode, but like imagine, because Sam lived in this room while his twin had died for like 7 years or something. That must have been so traumatizing.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
But yeah, that must have been so traumatizing.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it.
So just a little mini break to let the dog out of the bedroom. Okay, we're supposed to swing.
My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did.
Oh, that's kind of tragic.
At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that,
But it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
maybe if the wind hadn't picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I get
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
I could never do that, go around on a swing.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
That I have a problem with. Why was his twin in the same room where his brother had died? Like that's... No, I don't like that.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
I mean, I don't think there is anything out there, but we will open it just in case. In Barbara's room now.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Barb Street. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Oh, here. Dreadful stories.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Yeah, this is like a comic book.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been.
That's
But
so
in
sad.
a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue.
I don't like this.
She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
I'm getting to control this now.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
This is how I imagine an old horror game. I can't go there. Am I supposed to go here then? I don't understand where am I supposed to go. Is there something I'm not understanding? Oh, you can... Okay, wow, you can hit with
The
this.
gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Why is he... Why is he out if he's impaled and then ate his family? Why is he out of prison? This is where Sven's accident was then.
Old Finch rattled, and grew still.
Okay, I'm not allowed. Why was there a log there?
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
This is right on. I don't like this. This is eerie and something bad is going on. Okay. That's also very strange. Oh no, we get to see Walter's room as it was when he was alive.
Walter, are you there? Walter had vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Barbara turned, saw the hookman, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And whoever he was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
And he's gone.
Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was...
Hunting dog. You don't go and open the door in the middle of the night with a 7 murderer loose killing people.
Someone at the door was dying to speak to young Barbara. At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, So did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
I don't have words. It's like I do wonder what actually happened. Like now these are not real stories, but if the boyfriend disappeared the same night and the Allman Equestrian Center. She was interested in horses, people. Anyway, if the boyfriend disappeared and all they ever found was an ear, like, yeah, I don't blame the police for thinking it was the boyfriend. It probably was in all reality. Yeah, but people, I think this is all for episode 2. I'm loving this game so much. It's amazing, honestly. I think it's still for sale on Steam if you wish to play it yourself. But yeah, I hope you have a good day. I'm still still a bit speechless and speechless and amazed and creeped out all at the same time, considering that basically every person that we are reading about is dead. So yeah, that's that is, yeah, it is what it is. It's an amazing game. It's very, very good stories, and I will see you if I can find my mouse. I will see you all next time.